Welcome back to another episode of the O'Shea Vlogcast. You know, I'm your host, O'Shea, and man, finally, got my man on this motherfucker, Supasly75. Man, I'm just so glad to have you on, man. I've been watching your channel probably before you thought I was watching your channel.
I'm sure, because I was like, "Oh shit, O'Shea!" I was like, "Okay, I made it."
I'm checking you out, man. But I'm glad to have you on here, man. You don't hold your tongue for nobody. I mean, you're very upfront with what you have to say. And when I know if I ever want to get like something that's breaking news, or some opinions, I can just go to your channel, I can go to Jada Black's channel or Boys Watch's channel and stuff like, man, what just happened? And then I just go to y'all channel and steal y'all shit. So glad you're on here, man. Before we get into the other stuff, let's just, for some of the people, they may know you, they may not know you, but how long have you been YouTubing? And what kind of started you to get on YouTube in this sector of the Black community kind of thing and start making videos?
You know what? To be honest with you, I had a channel since '06, and I never thought about it. I made one video maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and it was about brothers not really caring about a woman's degree or her college degrees, and when it comes to picking a mate. And I threw it out there and never thought anything about it. And then I got all this traction. I got all this hate mail, and I was like, well, let me get back into it and see what I can add to the community. And for me, my early struggle was trying to find my niche, because I didn't want to be another person on the same bandwagon with everybody else talk about the same thing. So I'm like, well, how can I stand out? So I'm like, well, let me use some of my experience from the music business, some of my experiences in financing. So I take just a little plethora of everything in my experiences and just kind of just put it into my channel. So that's pretty much it. Like I didn't get into it full-fledged until maybe 6-7 months ago. Okay. And it just kind of just grew from there. So
yeah, man, you're growing, man.
Yeah, it's scary because
I had the first 6-7 months for sure.
Hey, no, it's cool, but then sometimes you get a reality check. It's like, oh shit, it's really growing. Like now people are really starting to watch, because I had a back and forth with Professor Griff maybe a couple weeks ago, because I expressed my viewpoints on. I think the whole conscious community, they've been exposed, right, and people are just kind of waking up to the whole bullshit of that whole sector. And I made some points and made some videos and may have said some names without no disrespect, but Supernova Slime came at me, I dealt with him. Griff came at me, I dealt with him. The Pills came at me, dealt with them. So I'm just like, and I'm not trying to make the channel all about the conscious community, but that seemed to get the most traction for the most part. I try and keep it even keel. I try and keep it neutral. I think of myself as a social commentary, like on all aspects of life in general. But for the last few weeks, the conscious community has been my target, so to speak, and an unintended target rather, because there's a lot of fuck shit going on over there.
What when you made the video? Because I know about Professor Griff a little bit. I know he made some videos about like Will Smith calling people gay and shit like that, but I really don't know what he's too much about. Talk to us about Professor Griff. I know he was talking to some chick in that community, ended up being a fraud too. I forgot her name.
Zaza Ali.
Yeah. So tell us about a little bit about that, man. Catch us up, and then what his response was.
Well, what initially drew my ire, I always thought he was on the fence with a lot of things. And what really kind of ticked me off was the whole the shooting with the old man on Facebook, the Stevens, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I think this shit's a hoax, because there's too many inconsistencies, like a bad production. I went on Black Brother Rich's channel. I said, this looks like a hoax. He's in the channel saying, well, because he's former military. So if anybody knows how psyops work, false flags work, it's this guy. And he was like, yeah, anyone who thinks it's a hoax is crazy, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, now you're dispelling a lot of people's, viewpoints. You're just painting everybody with a broad brush. So I made a comment. He made a comment back. I made a video about him. I think this dude is, an agent. That's my opinion, And he comes on my channel with, yo, here's my number, call me. Like, he was harassing me to call this dude, and I'm like, should I call this nigga? And I'm like, my wife is like, don't call him. So he was dealing with Zaza. That blew up in his face. Now he's back with So Late. Okay, so he's bragging about, yeah, this is my soulmate. I've known her over 28 years. I know since she was 15. Okay, nigga, so you know this woman since she was 15. Got it. So at some point, you plucked her when she was early of age. This is my opinion, but I follow breadcrumbs. That's what I tend to do. And now this woman was married to Genuine for a good number of years, had a bunch of kids. So at what point did you, after the marriage, when they divorced, now you're back with the woman, and it's like you guys have, like, if I know somebody for 28 years, the dude is suspect to me. Suspect. So now, like I said, you just dropped an album. For what? You're 56 years old, nigga. Hang it up. Stop rapping. Like, come on, O'Shea. Are you buying a 50-year-old rapper's album?
Nah, man.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. Can we talk about? I'm just saying. I barely listen to Jay-Z's album, nigga. You 47. You got a wife and kids. You should hang it up. Come on, man. It's just some of these things need to be said. I'm tired of this shit, bro. I'm tired of it.
Man. Oh man, you say 56. So when you made the video, did he is he still saying anything else, or?
Well, here's the thing. The video I did maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I broke it. I used his own interview, his words line for line, and I said, here's a classic scenario of someone that's being disingenuous and truth at the same time. A lot of disinfo agents will give you bits of truth, and then kind of give you bits of false information. I use his own video, his words. I made timestamps. I said, this is what he said. He's talking about the flat earthers. They're crazy. He was talking about the last situation that we had, the last shooting. Everyone who thinks it's a hoax, you're fucking crazy. You're nuts. Y'all niggas need your heads checked. And I'm like, dude, fuck out of here. You're former military. You, of all people, know how this shit works when it comes to the predictive programming, social programming, like I said, anything psychological with playing with people's heads. You, of anybody, you know how this works. And I spoke my piece. And now, in hindsight, I maybe should have called the dude, but my wife was like, nah, don't, because if it leads to something else, because a lot of these people take this shit kind of personal and will start stalking you at some point. Not saying he would or he did, but in the comments, man, he was going at all my subscribers. He was like, you call me if y'all got a problem. He's offering money if I could prove that he was on somebody's payroll. That's not what I said. I just said my opinion. I think, you're suspect. So
does he have a channel on YouTube?
You know what? No, he mainly uses Brother Rich always interviews him for some odd reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know he be getting views when everybody comes. And shout out to Deborah and Levon in the chat. Let's talk about this, because I know you gotta you definitely speak your mind. That's why I like you, because I know, like, man, you ain't gonna cut no corners too much of how you feel. We all know about, and I'm gonna do this another hangout if you want to come back. If you feel we'll talk about this again. The Tariq Nasheed, Umar Johnson, they've been trending in Black YouTube. What do you feel about this whole? Let's start with Umar Johnson, man. I know that you listen to the Roland Martin debate. I'm pretty sure parts of it. How do you feel about Roland Martin? How do you feel about Tariq Nasheed? What's your feelings towards both of those people?
With Roland Martin, with the whole Umar thing, okay, clearly he ambushed the man. Let's just get that out the way. It was clearly a setup. Okay, that's Roland. That's on Roland, which, that's neither here nor there. My thing with Umar specifically was, let the Frederick Douglass shit go. I'm just saying, because at the heart of the matter is, nigga, where's the school? That's all we care about. At the end of the day, you know how you shut everybody up? Build the fucking school. Guess what? It doesn't have to be the biggest building. It could be a one building, one room with 10 students. Start off with something. Give us something. That will shut everybody up. That will legitimize your degrees. That will legitimize your rhetoric. And people will begin to take you serious again. That's it.
Right.
Tariq Nasheed, that dude's an opportunist. He's an exploiter. I'm like I said, I'm so over this guy. Like, and then another aspect, not to get back to the crispy part, but mainly all his documentaries are about people of dark complexion. So how the fuck are you calling this dude crispy when 90% of your Hidden Color series are about dudes his complexion?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tariq, man, listen. Bro, if you say that dude's name and you don't, and some just doesn't, if it doesn't click right, your instinct, your gut tells you something's off about this dude. And I remember he had beef a couple years ago with Alexis K. Tyler. And she at one point was calling him suspect and moist and feminine ways and stuff. People tend to forget this beef that he had with her. Because he was supposed to do a show with her a few years ago, and she didn't like his vibe or something. And Alexis K. Tyler is no joke. That woman is for real. And I remember that a few years ago. People tend to forget. I think people have forgotten that she was the first one to kind of question his manhood to a certain extent. Because I'm hearing a lot of that. People with the lip smack and Mac, it has a basis from somewhere. But Tariq, I'm over Tariq. I'm over it. I'm over it. He's always asking for donations. Granted, you always put out a product. I get it. But at what point do you take the proceeds from your projects, set aside to fund other projects instead of keep asking for money? And then with his suspected white supremacist database, he's asking $19 a month for you to join, for you to give him information who you think is a suspected white supremacist. Who the fuck does that? Well, I'm gonna pay you money to, hey, I think this guy's a suspected white supremacist. $19 a month. Have you seen the logo for his website?
Yeah, it looks like a swastika.
Okay, then. That's okay. That's it. Say no more. Say no more. That's all.
Yo, shout out to the Angry Man channel. I'm pretty sure you know what that is, right?
Yeah, I love Angry Man.
Yeah, he's watching right now. Well, shout out to him. He's the moderator.
Hey, tell Angry Man, bro, you gonna have an aneurysm, man. He be going in so hard, like, brother, woosah that shit.
It used to be worse than that, man. Back But before he started doing the shows, it was a lot was pre-recorded. I think he used to really get mad, and then he would capture that. I think he said it before. Like when he get angry, he want to catch it. He want to capture it when he's really, because that's how it was really getting good.
Yeah.
I think he kind of calmed down a lot before. But yeah, he used to go, but he'll go in on the show sometime though. So shout out to him. Shout out to the work he's doing over there.
No, I'm a fan of all you guys. I'm a fan of all you guys. I love what you guys are doing. I love the movement. Like, I'm a full supporter of it. We need more of guys like you. It's just the only thing I'm worried about is the eventual infighting. And this is just not with the manosphere, period. It's with people of color. That is how we fell in the beginning. It ain't about white folk coming in here kicking our asses. No, they saw infighting here, infighting there. They picked and chose where they wanted to infiltrate. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And I think that's a problem with our people that we've been haven't dealt with for eons. You know, as long as we've been on this planet, it's always been some type of infighting, some type of division within amongst us. And until we resolve those past issues, you know, we'll have pockets of positivity, but it won't be this mass rising, you know, of all of us all at once saying, okay, we got our shit together. This is what we're going to do. We can't even agree on what God to serve.
Yeah.
You know, so if you can't even agree on that, we can't even agree on this. If this ain't the most important thing for us to get down and do what we need to do, I don't know what to tell you. You know.
That's true, fam. That's true. You know, you a lot of people, man, is feeling what you have to say in the chat. So, well, let me ask you this, because what you said about Umar Johnson is very similar to what I said about Umar Johnson. Angry Man said the same thing about Umar Johnson. I did lose probably some subscribers though. I noticed, like, I went after Tupac before.
Oh, me and you both. We can talk about that too.
I made a video called "Why Tupac is a Coon." I also got a video that I never released, "Why Louis Farrakhan is a Coon."
Talk about him too. Yes, get into it. Let's talk about it.
You know, yeah. If I released it, all my subscribers is gone. I know that, but so I might still do it. I just don't feel like dealing with all that fuckery right now. But what do you have to say for people that, you know, when you're talking about Umar Johnson not building a school, And what they will say is, "Oh, you hating on Umar again?"
And then I call them they're foolish and ridiculous. Like he propped himself up as this great Messiah. We already have a Messiah complex already. So once you're at that level, he's Teflon. He can't do no wrong. They done already sent the conscious stripper after him. So he's got chinks in his armor. He has a very big ego. He's a very intelligent man. He's intellectual. I get it. But a lot of intellectuals have great egos. And I've noticed that about him. If you question anything about his lineage or heritage, he tends to get offensive. He gets loud with you. The whole thing with him and Seti was a bad look because he went on with the light skin, dark skin aspect of it as well too. He just needs to build a school. That's it. I won't take him serious until he builds a school. And anyone that says otherwise, they're dummies. They're dumbasses because they keep giving them money with nothing to show for it. He raised over 700 grand. 700 grand can get you a building, staff. You can use some of that money to generate grants. More. I mean, if they see you rocking, they're gonna come support you. Period. Point blank. And if you got to go get some white money, they go get some white money because we as a people ain't the greatest supporters of each other. For one, you talk about building a school for young black men, you're gonna have to get some outside money. At the end of the day, whether he doesn't wants to have that conversation or not, at some point, if you're trying to do what you need to do, you're gonna need some of that outside money.
Let me ask you this real quick, Super Slide, because a guy, Cerulean Gray, he just donated in the super chat, and thank you for that. It's $5. He said 700K won't build a school, maybe a gas station, not a school. $10 billion on a weed, 700K on Umar's school. The problem with Negroes' priorities is fucked up. Okay, so what? Okay, let's just talk about that because he's saying that it's because we haven't given him the money is the reason why he hasn't produced something. What's your response to that?
No, we haven't given him the money that he wants. Remember now, a year ago, he's calling everybody shiftless and listless because he didn't get the amount of money he wanted. You can sit here and tell me all these dilapidated buildings you can't buy for 5-10 grand, fix it up and build a. That's disingenuous. That's bullshit. Mm-hmm. People don't understand how money works and how the property value. There's buildings everywhere. There's empty lots for $100 you could buy and build some shit on top of that. I don't want to hear those excuses. We got too many excuses. We want to, like you said in one of your videos, we like playing the victim. We want to make excuses. We want handouts. We don't want to do for self. That man could buy 5 or 6 buildings, 10-15 grand a pop, and build. There's your schools right there. There it is right there. You got the foundation. You got the land. You got the buildings. Find you the staff. But now on top of that, what he keeps saying with that whole, if you're in a interracial marriage, I won't hire you. Okay, nigga. Federal law states you can't do that shit. You can't discriminate based off someone's skin color, sexual orientation. You want federal money, then you're going to have to play by the federal rules. If you want to be accredited for your school, you're going to have to play by their rules at the end of the day. So all that shit he's talking about, nigga, shut up. Because you ain't going to get no money that way, not from them, to do what you need to do. I respect what he says about the black man, black woman. Total agreement. Yeah, but now you starting to split hairs with this old interracial thing, and it come with the mixed kid. Come on, bro. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Let me talk to you about that because I know that you're married to a black woman.
She ain't black. She mixed. I'll go and say it. I know Shane. Her daddy Irish. Her mama Jamaican.
Is close enough. Close enough. But let me ask you this because Umar made a strong point. I know you because I wish that you had a little bit more availability because when we do these hangouts, man, we be doing them in groups. And shout out to BGS Itmore. Do you know who that is? I'm pretty sure you know that.
Yeah, I got a couple issues with BGS, but that's another story for another day. I love his stuff.
We gotta get y'all on here though.
I love his stuff, but there's a couple issues with the whole Jay-Z thing. I was like, oh, okay, y'all bugging. But go ahead. But I love it. I'm a fan. Like I said, I'm a fan. And if I have an issue, I respectfully disagree with certain issues. But like I said, I'm a fan of all you guys. But I'm sorry, I got to cut you off.
No. So here's Umar's point. You can and BGS disagrees. You cannot be pro-black unless you have a black wife. And so, what's your take on that? Can a person be pro-black and married to a person that's not pro-black, or that's not black? In your opinion?
If we're gonna go by history, the hardest motherfuckers have been those mixed guys. Truth be told,
Oh yeah.
Your Malcolms, your Elijahs,
Washingtons.
Yeah, your Phil Valentines, you name it. The mixed dudes, they go hard in the paint. Now, with the premise, I agree with the premise, but the reality is that's just it's not gonna work. If that's the case, you have to banish and outlaw all types of interracial relationships and marriages. I mean, there's people out here dying. We know back in the day when it was illegal to do so, you had people willing to risk their lives to do it. So now, how important was their race of people versus just one person?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then, like I said, you got some down ass white folk that's willing to take a bullet for their melanated mate, but the whole overall of it's not feasible. It's just not. I would love to see it happen. Trust me. If anybody want to see this happen more than it's me, but that's not the reality we live in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you asking someone to basically give up their entire background and lineage just for one it's just not gonna work. It's not. And like I said, we got too many mixed cats that done went so hard in the paint that you can't discount what their contributions to, you know, freedom fighting, mm-hmm. You know, all that good stuff. So mm-hmm. like I said, in you know, in our world, I would love it. Real world, it's not gonna happen. It's just not.
Let's just discuss this, because Umar, and you know, I have the same view that he does, that the first commitment is to the person of you. I mean, because the reason why I say this is black people, to me, is very difficult for a black person to say the white person. Here's why I can see a black person dating a white person or a non-black person. If you don't think that white people are oppressing you, and you don't want any part of the black movement, I think then, okay, it's okay. You just want to be whoever you want to be, and that's fine. I think once a person, though, starts to say, white people systemically oppress me, we are under oppression by these group of people. They have made it where we cannot do this and that. And you make that point, and that point is true, but then yet you say, but by the way, I'm married to the same group of people that I'm complaining about. Because I know we like white people on an individual basis. Let's be honest. Most black people have friends that are white, but it's on an individual basis.
Right.
But I just have a problem with people who complain about something, but you're with the group of people that you say are against you. That's just me personally. But I will be honest, a lot of people who have been, you know, with white people, they do, they've done great for the race. Booker T. Washington was a mulatto. Mm-hmm. You look at people like Dr. Charles Drew. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Huey P. Newton. I mean, you know, Malcolm X was a quarter white. So let me ask you this. What about Umar Johnson, though? With the fact that he wants black men to be committed to black women, but he has 2 kids out of wedlock by 2 different bitches.
See, now that's where he lost me with that, because it's like you want the most bashed, belittled, most disrespected people on the planet, and I'm talking mainly black men. No one gets treated like shit to the nth degree like black men across the world. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Right. Women, shut up. No one catches more hell than black men. We are the only ones on this planet that are a specific threat to this whole goddamn system. Us. We are the key. Now, with that being said, what he failed to do is acknowledge the woman's part in this division with the black family while the man is not in the house. It's too easy to say, yeah, black men commit to the woman. Okay, on what conditions? What am I gonna get out of this if I commit to this woman? What is she bringing to the table? How's she gonna help me, you know, further my agenda? It's too easy to kowtow to a certain segment because, let's be honest, mainly Umar's followers are women. So now I gotta put him. I gotta look at him
Say it again.
Majority of Umar's followers are women, are black women. So now I got to look at him like, so this is your market base, this is your demographic. You got to hit them with kid gloves, unlike you hit us with bare knuckles. So I'm already looking at him like, okay, nigga, you don't want to disturb or offend your majority base. I get it, but it's disingenuous at the end of the day. So like I said, I can't take him serious on anything he says until he builds that school. I don't give a fuck if it's a one-room shack in Shantytown. Build the fucking school.
Let me do this because my man Jason Johnson, he's a funny guy. He's making them big money driving trucks. He says, back to the question, bro, $700K can't build a legitimate real school.
What's a legitimate real school? What is he making a determination of a real school? Because there's a guy out in New York named Q Butter who rents an apartment on the top of a building, and it's a school. Laptops, he's teaching them curriculum. People are breaking their necks to bringing his kids there to homeschool them. He's got another school opening in Cincinnati. So what the fuck is he talking? What's a real school? See, that sounds like some European standards. You talking about, you going off what Europeans deem as a real school. Homeschool is a real school, right? I mean, would you not? I would consider homeschool as to me, it's a real school. So what delineation are you making, or what's your determination? Would you determine a real school?
Let's talk about this because and somebody beat me to it. A lot of the schools that started, right, Tuskegee, Morehouse started in a church basement. And now in Morehouse is so cold. It has in 1972, I believe, Morehouse opened a medical college. Morehouse has a hospital now.
Right.
Morehouse has even though it's a little bit kind of sweet over there, they have
sweet
Morehouse.
tea.
Yeah.
Sweet tea.
I was gonna go to Morehouse. There's too much gay shit going on. I can't deal with that shit. But it started from something small. And so what a lot of black people were saying, well, somebody like Umar Johnson, he wants to start off, black people are not going to take it serious if it's starting off small. Now, I know like all the white, like for example, white churches, even black churches, a lot of churches start, and I'm going to use what you're saying to back up your argument. A lot of the bigger churches, they start off where? In people's houses. Like at church service. You ain't got to be a Christian to believe this, but this is saying how they start.
Right.
A lot of big churches, we find out where they start in the living room of somebody's house. 4 or 5 members. Then they go to the first building, which is a shack. Then they pack that building out and they go to the next building, which is a little bit better than a shack. Then they go to a bigger building. I think what black people don't understand is a guy like Umar Johnson feels that he's so much better than starting off small. He doesn't want to start off on the storefront level because he feels maybe people won't take him serious. Do you think that black people would disown him for starting off at a storefront place?
That's twofold. For one, black folk ain't built to do anything long term. We want it now. We want to microwave it. We want it done in 5 minutes. Like I said, which speaks to his ambitions with his school. And like I said before, he needs to start off small, then build it. Because if you're trying to, what he's trying to do, you won't see the real impact for another 50, 60 years. That's right. That's what we have to look at it in that sense. Not now, not 5 years from now, not 10 years from now, but 50, 60 years. Then you'll see the impact of what he started. Unfortunately, like I said, we are not built for anything long term. We want it now. We don't have no concept of legacy in that regards. White folk make decisions that they know 30, 40 years from now, that's how they know their seeds will prosper. We've gotten away from that line of thinking for some odd reason. Umar needs to humble himself greatly and say, look, I'm not going to get you, because he's not going to get the money he's looking for. He needs to stop that right now. You're not going to get to 2.5 million. If you can't make 700 grand work, what are you doing? Get the fuck out the way and give it to somebody else that's going to make it work. Because you're wasting time. You're playing with people's money. You're wasting time. You're talking a lot of shit. I want to see results. At this point, I want results. If you can't make 700 grand, O'Shea, $700 grand. Like, that's life changing if you do it right. You can impact a lot of people's lives if you do it right. But at the same time, he wants to live beyond his means. And you can't do that in your personal finances. You damn sure can't do that in business finance.
So that's a strong point, man. Let me do this. We got a damn. This brother is fire. Okay, his boy is on fire like NBA Jam, Air Morris. Okay, shout out to him. Shout out to everybody here. Let's do this, man. Super Sly. We got 135 watching. I'm on my smaller channel. I'm not even on my big one. But the playbacks don't get a lot of views. So you guys do me a favor, man. Y'all know how we do when you come over here. You Negroes know. Damn likes up. He roasted me about that before. We'll talk about that, but y'all gonna get these motherfucking likes up, okay? He gonna roast me probably again, but y'all know how we do. When you come over here, okay, 134 watching, you niggas know that it costs $0 to like this goddamn video. Y'all got my man over here. He been working 80,000 hours a week, all right? And he coming over here dropping y'all knowledge for y'all, giving you the content you guys want. We know that black men don't have a lot of, YouTubers out here. Thank you, Full Circle. I see you, player. Let's get the lights up, man. Let us know that you really feeling what we're talking about. We're having a great discussion. We have a great guest. Brother is very knowledgeable, man. I'm a big fan of his channel, and he's just coming over here to get familiar. So keep hitting the like button up. Let me get Nicole over here moderating on this channel. And also, everybody been asking me about his channel, right? Supasly75. Do me a favor. I just posted his channel right there, okay, in the chat. Do me a favor, sub my man. We got 135 people watching. I want to get him at least to 100 subs before we get over here because y'all need to hear this truth he be over there kicking. Now, he will hurt your feelings if you go over there. Don't go over there. You still get roasted. He will give you that business. But if you go over there, he will light your ass on fire. Trust me.
No, you got that on lock, brother. Because you stop the show. Stop the show.
We'll stop the show.
I look forward to that when you say that. I swear to you, I'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah. So y'all keep subbing my man, and we're gonna keep talking about this now. Let's and shout out to my man Charles Gilmore. And he said something about me. I ain't trying to brag or nothing, but for example, just like you who are contributing to the Black Male Voice on YouTube, I was doing that, but what I also understood was we didn't have a black male blogging voice on YouTube that wasn't simping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna just break this off. I was talking to Obsidian because even though me and Obsidian ain't on good terms now, I don't know if you definitely know.
Yeah, I have my views on Obsidian as well too.
Yeah, he got on there. So I mean, but Obsidian had the idea. Like, listen, bro, if you want to launch this site, what you need to do is ask the brothers for $10,000 in seed money. Mm-hmm. I said, what? I'm like, man, niggas ain't gonna give no $10,000 for this goddamn site, fam. It's not gonna. Number one, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna criticize the fuck out of me if I ask for $10,000. He said, no, man, it'll work. We can get $10,000 to start the site. I said, man, we can't do that. I cannot ask these brothers for $10,000. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna ask them for that amount of money. What I will though do is I worked really hard. I put up my own $10,000 to put the NegroManosphere.com up. And what I can tell you is since I put that site up and it's been up for 6 months, brothers have been Patreoning, brothers have been subscribing, brothers donating. Because one thing I will notice, man, once you get credibility with black people and you do what you say you're gonna do, mm-hmm. people will come help you.
Yeah.
I'm a witness to that. I don't even make that much money, but the money I get from my channels, I can pay Alan Roger Curry, mm-hmm. I can pay Ron Wills, I pay Donovan Sharp, I pay we even have writers in Africa, man, all off the money the brothers donate. So I'm a living witness. You don't have to have a big channel, man, to do stuff like this. Long as you do what you say you're gonna do, people will help you. So I'm definitely in agreement with just start off small.
Yeah.
Start off small. Let me ask you this though. Umar Johnson as a person, do you think he's a little bit confrontational?
It depends on what you're talking to him about. Because like I said, if you talk about his lineage or heritage, he tends to flare up on you. He gets very, very defensive about that. Other than that, I love hearing him talk about, you know, the psychosis of the black male child. I love that aspect of the personal aspect of Umar is a bit dicey. Like I said, I can talk to him about psychology all day. I would love to hear the man talk. I would pay money to hear him talk just about the issue about schooling and how it affects males. You know, I would pay money to hear him talk about that. On a personal level, from what we've seen, maybe not so much.
So let me ask you this, because you talked a little bit about Black people, especially like, you know, maybe in the manosphere and just in general, we have a problem where we can't get along too much. We can't work together so much. Do you think that people like Umar Johnson cut their own water off by just simply saying stupid shit like, if you're married to a non-Black person, I won't hire you?
Yes.
Let's talk about his ego, man, because Umar Johnson's ego, man, is on like 30. Cloud 30. I've never seen somebody so fucking stuck up mind. He is so conceited, man.
Yeah, he's bougie to the max, and it's like it's an instant turn off because my mama's bougie, and it is what it is. I don't like, and that's another thing with with Obsidian to a certain extent. This elitist attitude, like, listen.
Oh my God.
Here's my thing. All these so-called Black elitists, when these white folk get tired of you and want to end your shit, there's nothing you can do about it at the end of the day. So we have to get away from that whole talented 10th boule shit. Like, that mindset is killing us. And it's an instant turn off. Instant turn off. No one wants to feel like you're making fun of them when they're having a conversation with you. You know, it's like, well, is he making fun of me? Was that a diss? I shouldn't have to talk to you and have to decipher what you're really saying. Is there layers to what he's saying? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. If, like I said, that's instant turn off to me. Instant. Why would I want to support an asshole? Like, you think you're better than me? Well, fuck you. Fuck your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you ain't. No. Because when white folk want to bust your head to the white meat, guess what? They're gonna bust your head to the white meat. So all that intellect ain't gonna do shit for you at the end of the day. That, and it's a further division amongst us. Niggas need to be knocked down a few pegs or two at the end of the day.
Right. That's true. And even sometimes I catch myself, man, like, oh shit, that kind of sounded kind of fucked up. Let me not do that. But and that's smart. James, thank you for the $5 super chat. Let's talk a little bit more about some other fuckery that goes on in Black YouTube. And well, High Def said Kid Fresh Ice has died, one of the founders of Two Live Crew. R.I.P. I don't even know who Kid Fresh Ice is. But let me ask you this, man, with the gender war that's been going on with the swirlers.
Man. Continue. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
I know you got a good opinion about everything, man. So fuck it, I'm about to just get it out today.
No, and you know what? That's why I love you guys' platform, because I can vent to y'all about the very issues that you guys speak about that I may not necessarily address on my platform.
Right.
These women need to be humbled. They need to be humbled, and humbled harshly. I'm sorry?
Why would you say that, in your opinion?
Because they're a protected class. They're protected by the government, state levels, you know, Title IXs, your affirmative actions. These women, like I said, they've been coddled and babied and propped up above the men by design. So if you can't have that conversation with a woman and she can't understand that, your accomplishment don't mean nothing. You were allowed to be in a position that you are, to usurp the man for their greater good at the end of the day. If you understand that you are being used as an agent against your own people or your own family to serve their purposes, then we have nothing to talk about. Like, then go wallow in your existence. Then go out here, keep complaining why you can't find a man. Go keep complaining why no one wants to help you raise your kids. Fine. Or why you're single and you got all these goddamn degrees and houses and cars with no fucking dick at home. Then have it your way. But and I don't talk about my situation, but yeah, I'm on child support. I've never seen my second daughter ever, zero. You understand? But this is shit I don't talk about because I don't put no energy towards that. And I have my oldest daughter I got custody of, so I have to worry about her and her peace of mind. But yeah, fuck them. There, I said it. Because like I said, if at some point they will be humbled, whether it's karmic, universal law, nature, at some point you're going to be knocked down a peg, and which goes back into this whole bougie, elitist attitude that they tend to exhibit, especially a motherfucker with a degree. Like, bitch, who, what? That's it? That's all you guys, is a college degree? That's it. Okay. Next, you know? And see, I didn't want to jap out like that, but man, listen, I feel angry, man, when he talk about a situation, because I'm going through. I totally understand. Chris Smith, when he talks about a situation, I totally understand. I see why. I know old white men that disown their kids for some fucked up shit, and I'm like, oh, so it's not a bad thing? I can do that too? Well, then let me go ahead and do that then. Since you wanna, it's more important to get a check than for me to be dad. That's fine. I'll do the same thing and live my life. So. Yeah, that went way left. My bad, dog.
Yeah, let me ask you this, man, because you have you always lived in the Chicago area?
For the most part, I mean, that's where I'm from, but I've lived in California over 10 years. I was in Atlanta for about 3 years. Did 2 years stint in New York. So I'm like a gypsy. So I've been any and everywhere. So I like to, before I had my daughter, I like to pack up and move. I got tired of a place, I pack up and leave and go live, and go move somewhere. So because I'm like, life is too short, and my parents have raised me to where I've seen we traveled, so I'm somewhat cultured, so I know there's more to life than your city blocks. So right. Yeah,
let's talk about the experience maybe that you had with the women that were, because I mean, in areas like you were in Atlanta, right, for some time?
Yeah.
Okay. Atlanta has a lot of black women that are, supposedly very. I've never been to Atlanta, strangely. What was your interaction with the black women in Atlanta like?
For the most part, positive. It got to a point where I was dealing with 2 to 3 women at the same time because there's not enough men to go around that they would deem men, right? And they had no problems paying for my time. And I was like, okay, cool. This is how it works? Bet, let's roll with it. And they were paying. These women had townhomes, condos, Bentleys, and Benzes. My uncle was doing it. He was dating 2 attorneys at one time. My other guy, he was dating a couple nurses. I mean, these women down. If you listen, here's the thing about Atlanta women. You go down there. They already know you're not from there. So as soon as you open your mouth, like, oh, you ain't from here. Oh, you ain't like the rest of these sweet ass dudes. You're already in. You're already in. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, O'Shea, I'm telling you, you know how these women are. You go to a new place. As soon as you open your mouth, I mean, they looking at you, right? They're like, I don't know, I ain't seen it before. Yeah. As soon as you say, hey, it was, oh, you ain't from here, huh? Nah, where you from? Oh, let me show you. Let me take you, show you around. This is my girlfriend. Listen, it's wide open in Atlanta.
Oh man,
and just not even for the dating, but just for the networking. If you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to get your business off down there, there's probably no greater place in Atlanta as far as networking. You can go down there and run into Usher. You can run into fucking Ludacris at the mall, just on some random shit. And people are cordial and very, like I said, very, 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 very open to helping you with black businesses, which is why they're about to start doing that gentrification up in Atlanta, truth be told, because they tired of them niggas in Black Hollywood. Right now, they're getting ready to get them niggas up out of there. Give it a couple. It's coming. It's going to take a few years. But you see what they're doing in Detroit. See what they're doing in New Orleans. They get them niggas up out of there. They about to rebuild all that shit up. Watch, Detroit is going to be a destination place pretty soon. Like in 10 years, girl, let's go to Detroit. It's popping. That's how Detroit's going to be when they get done with Detroit. So for all them niggas out there saying Umar can't go build a school, that's a lie. You can go to Detroit right now and buy property, for less than $1,000. And I mean scores of it, and do what you need to do. Because they about to get niggas up out of there.
Yeah. They already got a white mayor.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
That's the first step.
Yeah.
because downtown Detroit is beautiful now, man.
Gorgeous,
gorgeous. It's awesome. Let's talk about that, man, because with us as Black people, man, we have a great spending power.
Mm-hmm.
I think Black men by themselves, we have at least a $600 billion spending power. Black people have a $1.4 trillion spending power. And I want to take the conversation here because have you heard of a website called Very Smart Brothers?
Yeah.
So they recently sold to a company.
I didn't hear. No, how long? Damn.
Yeah, they sold. And I don't really like Very Smart. I think they be simping a little bit too much for me.
I agree.
And I just can't see how any website that has called Very Smart Brothers, but you have women writing for you.
That's a recipe. That's a recipe for disaster. I agree.
Yeah. But anyways, they just sold. And shout out to I'm Panama. I don't agree with a lot of that leftist shit, but I will give a shout out to them for building a hell of a platform, even if it is on some sense shit. But they have sold, and let me talk to. I want to get your thoughts on this. I'm trying to go to the article here. It says, where the hell is this? Why we joined Gizmodo Media Group, pretty much why they sold. Okay, this was on July 7th, 17th. And then when they asked, and actually Univision, okay, so they sold to Univision, okay?
Okay.
What they said was, when it first started off, so the blog now, it's only him in Panama running it, right? They had jobs, but they're getting 2 million unique views a month. Okay, so that's a lot. My Negro Manosphere site gets about 95,000 unique views a month, and that's considered a lot for a Black blog. But so they're getting, but what they were saying is, we were the only ones monitoring the social media accounts. We were getting hundreds of emails per day. All this shit takes time. So they sold, and it wasn't because that they were not making money.
Mm-hmm.
They sold for they didn't say like, hey, we were, because they're getting 2 million fucking views a month. That's a shitload of views. I mean, think about getting 2 million views a month on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big payday.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Black media outlets? I mean, Ebony's having their crisis.
Mm-hmm.
This blog, these brothers built it up. They selling it to white people.
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem here? What's the trend with Black media and where it's going?
Well, we got to start with Bob Johnson. Now, whether this is all his fault or this part of it his doing, I've told stories that he was forced to sell BET to Viacom. I'm leaning more towards that theory because I know some people that used to work for him. But Russell Simmons was forced to sell Def Jam to Leor Cohen. There's another Black, he had to sell his company. This is part of why we don't have a legacy to leave to our children. Now, whether it's forced or by choice, this is I'm playing devil's advocate. If this is their system, truly their system, once you get too big, you have to let it go. You have to sell out this at some point, or they'll either shut you down or limit your exposure. A lot of times, I know a lot of Black businesses that purposely sell out to they'll take a check. That's what we're in it for. Everyone's in it to start a business just to sell out, to take a check. And like I said, we leave nothing to our children, no businesses. None of these Black kids can say, yeah, well, this is my daddy's business and I'm gonna get it. You don't see such and such Sons or Family Inc. or something. It's more of a mindset. Like I said, we don't think long term. We don't think 50, 60 years from now. Just like, with the perfect example, the Roots series. And I caught the part when they had a shipping company and they were fighting over the shipping company. And I'm like, wait a minute, when did Roots get this deep in the game about business and ownerships? And I was like, okay, but they were having the infighting issues. But the whole premises was who's going to take over the shipping company, run the legacy. That I get that part of it. We don't have those type of issues. We don't have. It's not like Dynasty. Well, goddamn it, I want the company. Daddy won't give it to me. Well, I think that they should let me run the company. We don't have those problems. Mm-hmm. I don't know too many black family businesses that have those type of. Even though it's a problem, it's a good problem to have. Well, which kid should I lose my business to? Who's going to run my shit? Who can I trust? You know, that's the only reason I even like the Empire show. Barely. And I watch that shit every once in a while because there's infighting about who's going to run the business. We don't have that for real in real life. You know, so it's like I said, we're here for a payout. We're here for the quick money. We're not here for the long term. We're not. You can't be.
I think you're absolutely. I know you're 100% correct with that, and you're saying some real stuff, man. Let me ask you this because I know you're a black male YouTuber. You don't talk maybe as in-depth issues that we do on certain things, but let's just talk about black male media because brothers that have the experience that you have, maybe with the child support things, there's not a lot of information on situations like that. I mean, we know that happens. Mm-hmm. But what do you think the opportunity is for brothers that have the experience like you that have been through life? What's the opportunity that we have as black male YouTubers or in black male media to start our own media platforms? And do you think that we can make those platforms outside of YouTube and make it successful?
No. If we don't keep it in-house, the moment they get a piece of it, the moment corporations step in, everything changes. It all gets watered down. Mm-hmm. So my experience is the longer you can keep it black and in-house and black male oriented, the better you are. Of course, you're going to get attention. The guys' platforms are growing at exponential rates that at some point, one white folk are going to be like, what they doing over there? Let's go check them out. Go see what they're doing. They're going to have to come see you regardless. Then that's when on your terms, you can be like, this is what I want. This is what, this is what I'm looking for to help grow and expand. But the moment it's co-opted or you take on, I don't know, say a white partner or some shit, then the whole dynamic changes. You know what I'm saying? But your biggest issue is going to be, I say, infighting with your own people over the direction or the content. At some point, down the road, you're going to have issues like that. I'm not saying it's a good or bad issue. But like I said, the more you can keep it in-house, it's a greater good. Because like I said, then you'll draw more affluent people in positions of power, black folks that can be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with y'all on the back end, on the low. Cool. Thank you. I'd rather do it that way. Like I said, the moment that the shit goes mainstream, it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. And we've seen it too many times with different black companies. Once like you said, Ebony and Jet, and then now they're trash. Who still reads that shit?
Oh man.
I haven't read Jet. I didn't know they still made Jet. They still have the Jet Beauty of the Week. I don't know these things. See, that's how long it's been since I read it.
They're owned by the same company, right? The same people. Right?
Yeah, it should be if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Alex says, please keep it in-house or say don't sell out. I don't think nobody want my shit. But let me ask you this, brother, because you've been growing as a YouTuber in the last 6 or 7 months. Do you get emails from people across the world that you didn't even know that was listening to you?
Yeah, it's crazy.
How does that change your life? But talk about that, man, as an experience as a YouTuber and people that have emailed you.
It's a humbling experience to me because I'm like, shit, I ain't nobody, man. Who, you spend all your time thank you for your time to come track me down and hit me up. I'm humble. I am humble. And I don't think we don't give ourselves enough credit on the message that we speak and who it affects. I mean, that shit's out there and I mean, it's affecting people. We just don't see the back end of it or we don't see it down the road. You know what I'm saying? So our voice is getting out there. Definitely. Like I would never tell you guys to never don't think you guys are not having an impact just because you don't see it right now. 6 months down the road, you may see it. Like I've already had two offers to go out to the YouTube offices out in LA, and I've declined it because I know exactly what's going to happen once I go out there. I'm cool. So, but No, man. Like I said, keep rocking and rolling. Keep pushing with you guys. You guys, the messages are getting out there. Trust me, they're getting out there. So,
let me ask you this: what parts of people? Where do your viewers? What countries have you found out some of them are in?
The UK. A lot of them are the UK. I have 2 in Australia that I communicate on a regular basis, and then I got 1 in Morocco. And I'm like, bet. I was like, okay, Morocco, yeah. So I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. So, which is kind of why I kind of want to try and keep my platform as neutral base as possible, because I'm trying to appeal to as many as I can. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to alienate anybody or feel like, well, I can't go in look at his shit because it's one way or whatever. But that's just for me and that's how I decide to work it, So, but it's a truly humbling experience, man. I'd still get butterflies and shit, like, oh, they're from where? Oh, okay. And they're like, oh, hey, mate from Australia. And I'm just like, I'm reading this shit in the accent. So I'm like, yeah, this is cool. All right, cool. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, real quick, y'all. So we got 143 people watching right now. Thank you guys. Let me do this. We got a great guest. Y'all know what we gotta do though. If you coming in this motherfucker, you know what you have to do. Stop the show, like the video. All right. We don't like that, but fuck it, y'all niggas know what you gotta do when you come over to my show.
Give me my charger.
These motherfuckers up. We're gonna keep chopping them up for a minute.
Yeah.
Get them up. If you guys are coming in, like the video. Shout out to Voltron, Reginald. All right, so keep getting them up. Give me 3 more. All right, brother. We got a really good guest, man. I try to bring you guys some of the best people before they blow up. There's a lot of these dudes gonna blow up, man. I'm just gonna be real. For example, Mr. Research, right? I gotta shout him out. His channel wasn't really moving like that, man, for a long time. But all of a sudden, man, this month, Mr. Research been on fire, man. He get more views than me.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know who the next big person is going to be, man. Mm-hmm. Don't ever count out nobody. You know what I mean? Because it was one time where nobody wasn't really checking for me like that. Then I had got a look, and now you know what I'm saying. It's other people blowing up, man. So always show love. All right. Now let's do this, man. My man is here from Supasly75. So what I want you guys to do, man, he has a good channel, 2,700 subs, okay? Everybody, stop what you're doing right now. Stop the fucking show. Go down to the link I just posted and sub my man right now. He got some good shit over there. I want to get 100 people from my channel to go over there and subscribe to him. Again, stop the show, put the collard green sandwiches down, put the on the ground. Go ahead, hit this link, and then comment sub, all right? Because I want to be able to count them. Because, whenever somebody comes onto the platform, man, we want to get them some new people. As Black brothers working together, man, we want to make sure that we get all our brothers, when we bring them on, keep the community going within the YouTube community. And I'm telling you like this, and I got to say this, and this might be a little bit of a shot at Obsidian. A little bit. One thing I noticed, like people like Obsidian, what they'll do is they'll reach out to a lot of big name white people. Okay? Now, I don't have no problem with that, but here's the thing: when you reach out to Rolo Tomasi's of the world and Aaron Strong's of the world, and those people don't never reach out to you on their platforms, it says something.
Yeah, without question. Yeah.
So what I want to say is, brothers, if you want, somebody to interview, it starts off with working together with what you have right now. You know what I mean? And we got to start keeping it between us, because we can't expect to go to nobody else's platform and we ain't working with each other. I'm not saying he's not, but what I'm saying, it starts here. All right. What was you about to say?
No, you're right. It's, for some odd reason, we still think the white man's water fountain is colder or something. That's something almost ingrained in us, that our own is not good enough, that theirs has always been better. That's a psyche that needs to be broken, like ASAP. Like I said, because I speak about getting the corporate checks, and it's a hard mindset to get rid of. But my thing is, if you're gonna call yourself the voice of the everyday brother, but you're reaching out for corporate money, then you can't serve 2 masters. You can't. which goes into the point where, you know, at some point your stuff will become watered down, and the message will be a little bit diluted. So, like I said, you can't do both at once. Either you're going to stay to fight, keep it in house with our own, and you may not blow up or get as much money as you would on the other side. But on the other side, you're giving up your freedoms. You know, you're under somebody. You got to do what they say. You know, it's how bad do you want? What do you want at the end of the day? Do you want personal freedom, or you want to be told what to do at some point, even though you're on a bigger market per se?
That, you know, I gotta agree with that. And like I said, I gotta take a little bit of aim, you know, at a lot of brothers, man. I see trying to run to this person, run to that person. But and to be fair, he interviews black YouTubers too, so I'm not gonna say that he does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say that. But at the same time, is to be, you know, I did hear him say, like, man, I tried to chase Karen Strong for 3 years. I said, bro, you tried to chase somebody for 3 years for an interview? I mean, I wouldn't even say that. You know what I mean? Like,
it ain't even that serious. It's never that serious. Never.
And we got so much talent right here on Black YouTube, man. We don't need to chase no goddamn body.
Right.
I'm just telling you right now, you know. So I no disrespect to nobody else. Rolo Tomasi, all them great bloggers, but we got it in house, man. So once again, let's kind of talk about some other stuff, man. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm gonna ask you. Cynthia G took a little bit of a shot at me the other day, talking about she wanted to debate me about certain things. But let me ask you this: she's a pro-black person, and she also used that term "crispy coon." Now you know, weave is a big topic in the manosphere, in the black manosphere. Black women and weave. What is your impersonation of like women who wear like European style weaves? I ain't talking about her in specific, but like,
right.
But those people who have that, but then try to have the I'm so black, you know, with the blonde weave and all that. I'm standing. Mm-hmm. What's your take on women like that?
That's clearly a spiritual imbalance. That aside, I don't understand, because I've seen the documentaries where the little Indian girls, they make them cut off their hair. And why would you put on someone else's hair, or that you don't know how their mindset was, what they've ingested, you know, because you know what you eat, you know, that extends all the way to their hair. You don't know what type of spirituality that they're into. Why would you put that in your hair, on top of your head, knowing that you have open follicles? That shit seeps in. It plays with your mind. You have to be, there's something inherently wrong. And I don't care how people trying to spin it. They say, well, to protect my hair, but you spend as much money and time protecting your weave as you would your own hair. So what are you saying? I tend to stay away from women with weave. I fuss my wife out when she put on her little phony pony. Like, no, don't take the shit out. Like, let's cut the bullshit now. You mixed. You know what I'm saying? Who we kidding right now? Okay, so it bothers me greatly. And now, yeah, she wear a little ponytail and go out during the day. But now it's getting to the point where we see our younger girls. Like I take my daughter to the bus stop. She's probably the only girl on the bus stop without weaving her hair, and she's 8. So that's a psychosis they're passing down to the children. Right. And if you don't see that happening, it's a problem. It's a problem. So I don't subscribe. I don't like that shit at all. I don't. Especially when the first thing argument is, well, they're trying to be like us. Okay, well, I don't see none of them wearing no Afro weave puff. When I see a white woman with an Afro weave puff, then come talk to me. Until then, yeah, at some point, European standard of beauty is them, and the hair speaks volumes. Because we know our hair don't naturally lay down like that. Right. So, no, it's a problem. It's a problem. Let me ask you this, man. I know we're gonna wrap up for a minute. What are your plans? I mean, as far as when your channel is growing, and thank you for those of y'all who have been subbing Super Sly, man. We appreciate it, and hopefully you go into the description also. And in the description is his YouTube channel, so you can get it there. What are your plans, man? I know you've been going live a lot lately. I mean, yeah. Do that.
what are your plans that you plan on doing, in the future with your channel in the next 6 months? What will we be expecting from you?
Once I make the move back to the West Coast, I want to do more full-time or more podcasting, like the whole complete setup. Because right now, between my laptop and my phone, when I'm off work, is one thing, but I don't like to half-ass anything. So I will definitely get more into that. I definitely want to kind of get away from YouTube, and I'm saying this because I've noticed the attacks on Black male YouTubers that either speak a message of solidarity or just a lot of financial wisdom. And case in point, there's one guy called his name's Sal, and he's the great investor. He's a black YouTuber, and he talks about how to trade on penny stocks. This guy is excellent at what he does, but they took his channel down. They struck his channel down for 90 days for live streaming. So I'm seeing where the shift is coming. It's like I said, YouTube is great. The platform is great. It's open source. There's not a bigger platform out here as far as exposure and marketability. I get all that, but at the end of the day, we must understand that this is their platform. And when they think you're doing too much or saying something they don't like, or it's reaching the masses, at some point they may start messing with people's channels and stuff. So, like I said, eventually I'm gonna get into the podcast and spend more time with that as far as that. So,
what is this guy's name? You said his name is
man.
Is it the American investor?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah. Name's Sal. Yeah, and they just struck him down.
This guy, dude. Okay.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, that's him. Yep. Yeah.
Oh snap, dude! I gotta get this dude, man.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. Let me holler at this dude, man. I gotta definitely.
What's going on, everybody?
Him, man. What is he? Does he do this like personally or?
Yeah, he's a day trader. He, like I said, he gives tutorials on the penny stocks every night. He does the the live streams where he goes in, telling what stocks to trade, how to do it on the penny stock. Like excellent stuff. This guy is top notch, A1. And like I said, they recently struck his channel down for 90 days for whatever he said. Well, he's starting to say now. So yeah.
Let me do this. Do you have a relationship with him?
No, I've talked to him, email, because at some point I'm gonna put together a package and have him invest for me. But because he does a lot of side investments for group packages, funding. So like if you have ideas for the manosphere and you got a package together that you may want him to do trading for to generate income, definitely hit him up about that. But like I said, A1 information as far as the day trading, the penny stocks and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, you know what? So I basically got to get I want to get basically get him on, man. 'Cause anytime I see a brother that's doing something like this, I'm on it, man. So thank you for bringing attention to this particular guy. I did send him a message. I did send him a YouTube message about coming on. What I'm gonna try to do is on my channel, I'm gonna try to bring him on, have a discussion with us. And I'm actually gonna try to create a podcast, and I gotta get with some of the other brothers. I've been talking about the Brother Pill podcast. I want to put like a podcast with all black men on it. I'm trying to create it, but probably not this year. But definitely want to bring him on, man, because you just put me up on game. I've been trying to learn how to do the forex. I know a dude that made $1 million off it this year alone. $1 million. So, anyways, man, if you guys are coming in, click the like button on the goddamn video. And I don't know, man, we've been rocking for about an hour and a half, man. Anything else you want to talk about, or?
Shit. Nah, I mean, not unless you guys I'm just happy to be here, bro. Like I said, I love you guys for what you guys are doing. It's a long time coming. I think we need to get some of these old niggas out the way because they taking up space, and let us come through and let us do what we need to do and take it to the next level, because they playing around too much. Like I'm tired of what the nigga name? Sergeant Willie P. This nigga always bitching about, like, nigga, shut up. Like, you go get your white woman and have you some mixed kids at the end of the day, because that's what you basically you're saying. You always complain about Chrissy and black patriarchy, and you worried about having black sons. Well, don't have them then. Go get your white woman and have you some mixed kids, and your life gonna be great. Because that's all I'm getting from him at this point. So even though I know you're old head in the game, get out the way, bro. Get out the way. Get out the way. We ain't got time for this shit. We ain't got time. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. Trump out here kicking ass and got everybody upset in their feelings. It's time. Playtime is over. Okay. Shit.
The new wave is definitely in. I'm glad to be a part of that new wave with you. You know, with people like Angry Man, BGS. I mean, because the new wave of the Black manosphere, and it's no disrespect to the older guys that was here before, but you know, really the brothers of today are really trying to really work together. I know for me myself, I've had over 40. I've had interviews with over 40 different YouTubers in the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a lot.
40. Well, that's because I ain't really got no jobs like that. But you know, so basically this kind of is like a way of my job. But it's just amazing to see how much knowledge that I've learned from you guys, man. I'm a big fan of. I check, you know, your streams when you come on. You're very good at what you do. Man, you have a big feature in this. So I mean, I just again, man, thank you for being real. It's not a lot of real people on here. Example those questions. I'm subbing to the dude that ran alone. So I'm just saying, man, like in this gender war, man, a lot of brothers, man, really did some stuff different. Like now we have, you know, blogs. Like I have mine. Jada Black, JDB Media has his. Mm-hmm. And what we're gonna try to do, man, is gotta pay my tithes. Thanks, Cradle. What up, man? Cradle always make sure I have some Jerry Curl Juice money. Shout out to you, fam. What we're trying to do is now, since we got the message on YouTube, we're trying to take that message on individual platforms. So, yeah. For example, like the next thing that we're doing is like, I know SlayingEvil.com, they have a hot blog right now, and he writes for my site, and then hopefully I'm gonna go write for his site. So we're getting the message out off of YouTube, and we're putting our people off of YouTube. Mm-hmm. And so you know, this shit is getting real, man. And I'm glad that you're a part of the network, bro. You got a dope ass channel, and man, we keep doing what you do. If you're on a little bit later, we're gonna probably have a big stream, man. Come on, cut some niggas out. We're gonna be on.
Yeah, definitely. What time are you guys? What time are you looking at?
You know what? I'm gonna do the flat Earth debate tonight, y'all. I know y'all been waiting. You would be the perfect person, like on there, because you would be.
You know what? Brother Sanchez owns that. That's all. Listen, that's nothing I could say that Brother Sanchez has not already masterfully explained. Like, if you don't walk away from him saying, "God damn, he might be right," like then there's something wrong with you, man. Because Brother Sanchez, he owns that lane. So.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that when he came and did over here?
Yeah.
He's sick with it. And BGS. So BGS. I mean, if you guys want to, participate in later, we're gonna be on my other channel with that because it's gonna be crazy. It's probably gonna be fun to watch it. So if you want to just get on there and just say hello or whatever, man, you're welcome. But again,
send me the link when you go on tonight. I'm definitely I'm down. I'm down for sure.
Let me do this. And so, you guys again, man, Supasly75. All right, you guys go. How many people we got now? Okay, so you got a few people that went over and subbed you. At least 23 that I can see right now. So, but that ain't enough because a lot of you niggas in here. Voltron, thanks, man. Good to be charged. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from YouTube, man, for like about 5 minutes. But so do me a favor. You guys go there. It's Supasly75. It was a great hangout. I just did 2 videos on my other channel. Came over here and did this one. I'm gonna go eat, spend time with my girl for a minute. Cause she done made some cornbread sandwiches and shit. But man, thanks, bro, for coming on. It was a great hangout, man. We got to come back and do it again.
Definitely, thank you. Thank you. And I just want to say, I hope all your followers understand and take notes of what you're laying out, because what you're doing is laying out a legacy. And this is what Umar should be doing right now. It's small seeds yield big fruit, and you're doing it what you're supposed to do, brother. You ordained for what you're doing. Much love, and just keep rocking and rolling, bro, because you are doing some shit. 10, 15 years, you'll be like, yeah, that nigga did that. He did that. So much continued success to you, man.
Oh no, man! Thank you. I just see the talent, man, that we have amongst the black male YouTubers, and really, man, I don't get like a lot of money from doing this shit, but what I do, I believe like that a lot of brothers, man, have a lot of skill set. Your channel, while I listen to Minister Jack, everybody got their own style. Everybody got their. I just try to be the person that's the connecting force, man. And try to just work with everybody. And man, it's been working, man. The movement's been growing, and now I interviewed another brother last night. I don't know if you've seen it, but dude named Ron Barton.
I didn't catch it yet.
Yeah, he writes for a website called the Good Men Project.
Okay.
And it's pretty much a white website, but the dude, he stutters a little bit, man, but he cool. But he don't write when he stutter. You ever meet one of them dudes? They stutter a lot, but when they sing in church,
oh my god.
I'm like, man, I'm thinking to myself, man, but you niggas sing, man.
Oh shit.
So, but dude is a flawless writer, man, and I reached out to him. I said, damn, bro, like your writing is flawless. I said, do you get paid to do this over at the Good Men Project? Nah, man. When I write over there, I just write it for free.
That's crazy.
I'm like, damn. So I like just yesterday, I was like, I interviewed him, and it's just like trying to bring the best black male talent, man, that's out there to produce for us. And you're one of those dudes, man. Like I don't even if I think you suck, I don't even reach out to you.
Right. I appreciate that. Yeah.
So thank you, man. It's the black male community is now bloggers and YouTubers, video content creators. So thank you, bro. And I'm gonna send you that link, so we're gonna be on later on tonight.
For sure.
Peace out to everybody. Oh, before I go, people who want to add me on Facebook, you got 5 minutes because I'm getting ready to get the fuck out of here. But let me do this real quick. A lot of y'all added me on Facebook today, so I'm gonna drop my link for those of you who want to add me on Facebook. You can. What you got to do is follow this link. Okay, the link is going to be in the box. So let me do this real quick before I get the fuck out of here. Because O'Shea Vlogcast channel, add me, Mr. Knowledge, everybody add me right now on Facebook. That's my link. I'm about to be on Facebook. I'll be on there all day talking shit. So if you want to connect with me on Facebook, do it there. Send me there. I'd love to talk to you. And my link is there. Just click on it. Send me a friend request. And once again, Super Sly, thanks again, bro. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.